Welcome back, my Tucker Creek mathematicians. So today we're going to be talking about subtracting integers. Remember, integers are whole numbers and their opposites, and we're going to be subtracting them. So let's start off by looking at a problem. 7 minus 9, okay? The first step to subtracting integers is we are going to change this into an addition problem. And I want you to remember that subtracting is the same thing as adding the opposite. So if we are going to add the opposite, we're going to keep the first number. We're going to change the subtraction to addition. And then we're going to take the opposite of 9. The opposite of 9 is negative 9. So these two expressions are equivalent. And if you look at a number line, it would make sense that they would be equivalent. So let's try that number line. So we got 0, and we are going to go, remember we learned in adding integers that the rule was you go right unless you see a negative sign. So we're going to go right 7. I'm just going to put a 7 right here. And then we see a negative sign. We call it subtraction, but they mean the same thing. They mean go opposite. So now we're going to go opposite 9, so that's going to take us down here to negative 2. So is that the same as 7 plus negative 9? So let's look at it. 7, and then we add negative 9. So these two are equivalent. So we change that subtraction problem to an addition problem by doing copy. I copied the first number, changed it to addition, and then took the opposite of the second number. And then we can easily figure out, using our rules, that we have different signs. So we're going to subtract because of this canceling that happens right here. So 9 minus 7 is 2. And then which line is longer? The 9 line is longer, so that ended up with negative because 9 was negative. So our answer is negative 2. All right, so let's try another one. Let's look at this one. Negative 4 minus 3. Well, we're going to change that into an equivalent addition problem by copy, change to addition, and then take the opposite of the next number. The next number is 3. The opposite of it is negative 3. So now we're looking at this on the number line. So we got 0 here. We can look at it here. So we're going to go 4 in the negative direction because we have that sign. So we're going to go negative 4 here. And it looks like I didn't make this long enough, but that's okay. Then I see a negative sign here, so I'm going to go left. It turns me around, and I'm going to go left 3, which is going to take me to negative 7. If we look at this one where we changed it to an addition problem, is that the exact same thing? Yes, negative 4, and then we went plus negative 3, and that ended up at negative 7. All right? So by changing it to an addition problem, we don't have to learn any new rules. We take those same rules that we learned when we were adding integers. So let's try one more, a couple more. So we have 8 minus negative 3. Okay, now this is a parenthesis. All that's doing is showing you that this is a negative number so you don't confuse it with the operation. So if we were to do this on the number line, let's try that first. So we have 0 here, and we are going to go to the right 8. So that's going to take me to here. Then this is going to turn me around to the left, and then this is going to turn me back around to the right. So I'm going to end up going 3 here, which is going to end up being 11. Well, that looks like adding the same sign. Well, let's see what we end up here. We're going to change this to addition, and the opposite of negative 3 is positive 3. And that's exactly what we ended up with when we did it, leaving it subtraction on the number line. Okay, and we'll do one more. So we have negative 6 minus negative 1. Now, a common mistake for students to make is to change this negative 6 to positive 6. Remember, we always keep the first number, we change the subtraction to addition, and then we take the opposite of the next number. Oh, can we think of something else? A double negative make a positive. So there's another little thing to think about. If we draw it on the number line, put 0 here, this negative 6 sends us to the left. This is going to send us to the left because remember we go right unless we see a negative sign or a subtraction sign. And then this one is going to turn us back around to go back to the right. So we are going to go to the right 1, and that's going to take us to negative 5. Well, let's look at our rules. Signs are different, so we subtract them. 6 minus 1 is 5. Take the sign of the larger add-in. Oh, the larger one is 6, so our answer is going to be negative 5. So those same rules, if the signs are the same, we're going to take the sum. And their sign will be whatever they are. Okay? If the signs are different, we're going to cancel or take the difference and then ask ourselves, are there more negatives? If there are, then the answer is negative. Or are there more positives? And if there are more positives, then the answer is going to be positive. So I hope this helps clear up a little bit about subtracting integers. Have a great day.